The loss of Shireen Abu Akleh was not just a loss of a Palestinian voice or a Palestinian journalist. It was a loss of the voice of truth.
She was the voice of the voiceless Palestinian people. We saw Palestine from her camera. We listened to the stories of the Palestinian people. She was a magnificent human being, and we are in mourning.
Many girls and boys used to stand in front of mirrors and hold like a remote control or a comp and trying to pretend they are Shireen Abu Akleh and saying, from Palestine or from Jerusalem, I'm Shireen Abu Akleh, and I was covering for Al Jazeera. As a feminist, growing to see a woman wearing protective shields and actually standing under the fire and reporting with the same vigilance and braveness as everyone else encouraged me and others to make steps in our lives that are very brave too.
When I heard the news about Shireen Abu Akleh, I felt that something shattered. I couldn't believe it. I lived 26 years of my life in Palestine, in the city of Jenin, where Shireen Abu Akleh was killed. I think being here, like thousands of miles away, to some extent makes us a little bit numb with the business of life and everything that's happening around us. But that day, all of the numbness kind of woke up, only to realize that someone I didn't know meant so much to me was lost, was killed. Her loss is not a loss of a person, it's a loss of a collective memory that we all have of her voice and of Palestine.
I think Shireen Abu Akleh was a dangerous woman for them. Her existence threatened the occupation existence, and her voice exposed their crimes. There's an Egyptian feminist called Nawal says that the truth is savage and dangerous. And I believe Shireen was showing, she was savage and dangerous. She was showing the truth and the ugly face of occupation, colonialism, apartheid, and the daily struggle of Palestinian people. And for that, she was killed.
It's the 74th anniversary of Nakba. Nakba in Arabic means catastrophe. It is the catastrophe of the Palestinian people who were scared and forcibly pushed out of their homes and also killed in massacres in several villages in 1948. But it wasn't the only thing. People only mention maybe that date, but Nakba kept happening year after year, slowly and quickly in daily life and in big wars until this moment, until what happened to Shireen.
I wanted to create an intimate and small space for me and my friends and the Palestinian community that I know here, for us to come together and show and express our grief and pain for the loss of a Palestinian icon, and not only losing Shireen Abu Akleh, but losing a part of our memory of Palestine, of her, and the reminder that, you know, everything that we've lived at home is still happening. I was very positively overwhelmed by the amount of support and empathy that the New York and Brooklyn community showed. And just for them to show up today, knowing and not knowing who I am, knowing and not knowing who Shireen Abu Akleh was, their presence made the sadness and the grief a little bit lighter.
I'm extremely sad. I can't find a word to express my sadness losing this huge icon. By killing her, they are sending a message to all of us that, like, the voice of truth and the voice of Palestinian people is gone, but they are extremely wrong, because Shireen inspired millions of Arabs, Palestinians, non-Palestinians to still do everything in our power to deliver her message. So they killed her, but her message is still alive in every and single one of us, Arab, non-Arab, everyone who is looking for justice, equality, and dignity for everyone.